Guys, welcome. Welcome to Riga, Latvia, the Baltic states, and of course, TechChill 2020. And I think that also we are in need of a bigger applause for this. TechChill 2020!
Woo!
My name is Maria.
I'm Ernest.
You might have noticed us around from the previous years, but if not, yes, I will confirm, we'll be your hosts for the next 2 days as well.
The boring couple on the stage.
But I hope we're not that boring, though. We try not to be, at least. Anyways, it's been a while, right, since we last met. A year, full year has already grown. And we are both of us, we are the founders and the co-founders of TechChill organization, or so to be called TechChill Foundation. Our main goal as a community nonprofit is to help succeed Latvian and Baltic startups globally. How we do it? We do it by filling in the gaps, the knowledge, the skills, and the networking part. In practice, it means that we invite the best people from all around the world to visit us, not only for TechChill, but mostly for TechChill, while at the same time, we go around the globe and promote our companies, our startups, and the ecosystem as a whole. But enough about us. I mean, look at you. We simply couldn't be more happier and excited to see you all here. All these faces. I see some new faces, I see some old faces, and we like you both very, very much. And we hope that maybe in no time, maybe next year or in 2 years, some of you in the audience will stand on this stage and share your success or struggle stories with us.
That's the goal.
That's the goal, yes. Our main point as an organization is to kind of facilitate this cross-collaboration between the north and the east and the middle part, which is the Baltics. And that's why we exist. So the Baltic startup environment has been thriving for a while now. What started out as a bunch of enthusiasts gathering in random bars, drinking a beer or two, maybe more, has now grown into million-dollar success stories. And we are so proud of those stories. We know that as a small group of people, we have to do big things. We have to make sure that we have in place all the support that's needed. So for example, just with the grit and persistence that has been embodied, 2019 has been a great year for the Baltic startup ecosystem. Companies are popping up, startups are popping up, which means that the investment is also flocking in. Last year alone, we had over 400 million poured into our startups, which means that 2020, no pressure, has to have even bigger number. And everyone's looking at that. Anyways, at the same time, obviously we understand that the competition is there, between the 3 states, of course. The competition for founders, for employees, for the market space, for deals, for funding, and of course, for the attention, which is the key.
And the talent.
Employees. But let's call it talent, yes. While at the same time, we are definitely sure that as a small piece on this map, we have to be really resilient. We have to look out for each other, and we have to stick together, because that's both. While living in the Baltics, we are the ones who are adapting the most. We are iterating constantly and adapting, and that's what makes us great. And at the same time, to achieve more, we have to, yet again, stick together. And thus, when Ernest is gonna take over from me now, but as a last piece of advice, I would say that for our startups, all of us, we have to be ambitious enough. We can't afford to do anything less than that. We have to go big, we have to be loud, and we have to be huge. So with that said, Agnes, I think you're ready to take over from me.
Maria, the Queen. Thank you. So that's the Queen with an iPad, and I'm with a old school paper.
Oh,
so, actually, by the way, we were a bit late because we had to stickerize the iPad.
Apparently, these days, no one can move around without these stickers, so be aware.
So, the more practical things. This year has been awesome. I'm not sure that all of you know, but the TechChill actually is an overgrown birthday party of TechHub Riga. And this year was big for TechHub Riga and the Latvian startup ecosystem. TechHub Riga moved into the new building. And not any building. We actually named it a startup house because it's a building of 8,000 square meters. And in the upcoming years, we actually plan to fill this whole space with startups who are going to be big, who are going to fail. But eventually, we're going to change the economy. And that's the whole point. And there are two sets of audience over here, which you may not always recognize. First one, those are the students. How many students in the building?
Raise your hands.
Be loud.
Quite many.
Woo!
Quite many.
Yes. So some of you experienced the raise in prices. And you were like, oh, damn, why that ticket is so expensive? Because the academia and students stays flat. And we intend to lower the price for the students year over year. There's the second audience, and those are scientists. So scientists, deep tech people, be loud. Exactly. They are introverts. They don't do this. That's why we gave a round of applause for these people. Woo! And this year, Latvia tries to more push them forward. It's hard. And today we're also going to talk about that. That's one of the aims for TechChill also, to push the deep tech forward. Actually, we as TechChill as an organization have joined with several other organizations throughout Europe to launch the project called X-Europe with an aim to commercialize the deep tech. That's going to be discussed today.
I think that's
Looking to agenda.
Pretty great fit for us, right? Knowing the fact
Yes.
that there are so many scientists sitting in their rooms, not coming obviously to TechChill because they have to build hard stuff.
Yes. And as usual, we are competing and collaborating with our neighbors. The Lithuanians. How many Lithuanians in the building?
Woo!
Yes, Braliukas.
Good.
How many Estonians in the building? At least two. The other are introverts. And how many Finns? Yes, I had a glass or two yesterday with you. I know you're kind of there.
Well, we know that we have more than 30 countries represented here, so...
Yes. So, cooperation and competition. Co-opetition. That's what we do. So, with that said, I hope this is going to be exciting 2 days. We have prepared several things to open up the introvert thing. So the slogan of the TechChill this year is a big shift. The technologies and movements which will change our lives in upcoming 5 years. But behind every big shift, there's a small shift. That one small conversation which adds up. And that's why we called our TechChill beer the small shift. You grab a small shift and have a conversation. I can whisper that around 3 p.m. there's going to be free beer.
Okay, that's enough.
There's an excitement already.
Yeah, yep,
But
yep.
we have noticed that the beer raises the conversations. And as we can say, well, startup culture is a beer-driven.
What
Anyway.
Ernest, what Ernest meant to say was that we have given you plenty of tools to unlock the power of such gathering. So make sure to use it.
Politically correct interpretation. So, are you excited?
Are you excited?
Let's get this thing going.
Yeah, good. Let's cut to the chase. So